Is it a little strange that we're about a day or more than a day since the shooting down of that object over Alaska or off the coast of Alaska yesterday? We still haven't been told by the government what it is.
Airspace over Lake Michigan in the American Midwest was briefly closed for defense activities this morning, folks.
This is the fourth time in 8 days the U.S. military has shot down an object over North America, certainly unprecedented in the history of this country. A U.S. Air Force F-16 fighter jet shot down a mysterious octagonal object over Lake Huron earlier today using a Sidewinder missile. That object flying at 20,000 feet. That's notable because that's much lower than those two objects shot down over the past 2 days.
Officials there say this latest incident is the first time NORAD has ever taken down an aerial object, and it adds to a strange and growing list.
With yet another aerial object being shot down, this time over Canada.
After the White House revealed just this afternoon that an F-22 fighter jet shot down another object flying over Alaska.
For the third time in a week, an unidentified object has been detected in the sky over North America and shot down. It follows two similar incidents over U.S. territory.
These back-to-back mysterious objects raising urgent questions about who owns these aircraft and where they could be from.
Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau tweeted he ordered the takedown of an unidentified object that violated Canadian airspace.
And what about this element of Natasha Bertrand's reporting that the pilots had differing accounts as to what they saw? And in this one particular piece of information that she just reported again a few moments ago, which I think might be giving some people the willies, which is that the pilots could not ascertain as to what the propulsion system was of this particular object.
Canadian Armed Forces and police now searching for wreckage in the Yukon as a similar recovery operation unfolds in neighbouring Alaska. Another unidentified aircraft shot down there yesterday. Among questions to Canada's Defence Minister, one reporter asked if there were indications the downed aircraft was not terrestrial, not from this world. No suggestion of that.
One senior official describing it as cylindrical and silverish gray. The Pentagon saying it's about the size of a small car.
Do you have anything to say about the object shot down over Alaska, Mr. President?
The White House says the object was first detected Thursday evening. Fighter jets sent to observe, determining it was unmanned. The president briefed Thursday, giving the order to shoot it down Friday morning. An F-22 fighter jet taking the shot at 1:45 p.m. This object didn't appear to have the gondola underneath it like the suspected Chinese spy balloon that was brought down off the coast of the Carolinas.
There's no indication that it had any capability to be powered or to steer in a particular direction or to collect intelligence.
And there were worries tonight that a fourth might have been spotted in Montana. The FAA actually closed airspace over part of Montana for a short time.
Shut down airspace over northern Montana, but it is unclear whether that involves another aerial object.
Another odd incident in the skies. Airspace in Montana was briefly closed by the FAA Saturday while NORAD fighter jets were sent to investigate a radar anomaly near the Canadian border. But in that case, Andrea, aircraft did not find any correlating object.
As you can see here from our chart, a week ago over the coast of South Carolina, yesterday off the northern coast of Alaska, as you see here, and just now this afternoon in the Yukon Territory.
One an alleged Chinese spy balloon, but the other's a mystery.
But it seems there are some significant differences between the object that was shot down today and the Chinese spy balloon that was shot down last week.
NORAD refused to offer any more specifics. This is the second object detected in the Arctic since Thursday night. A senior U.S. official tells Fox that object was not detected until it had already successfully penetrated U.S. airspace over Alaska and then shot down by an F-22 Raptor launched from Elmendorf Air Force Base in Anchorage.
A statement from NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, says the agency detected a radar anomaly and sent fighter aircraft to investigate. They found nothing, so the FAA reopened airspace a short time later. But it just shows how seriously the U.S. is taking all of this.
So while the Pentagon on the classified side could have been tracking some of these balloons for years, certainly going back, let's talk about those UFOs that were seen off the USS Nimitz in the Pacific years ago. Remember, we had those fighter pilots saying they saw this unidentified craft. They're moving quickly. Some of the pilots I've heard that have, including some of the ones that have spoken to the pilots that shot down those craft over Canada and the one over Alaska yesterday, say these were not balloons. These were, craft objects, if you will. They're very similar to those that were spotted spotted over the Pacific. So it's very concerning.
Debris in all 3 locations still being recovered this morning. Any connection between them, as well as their origins, capabilities, and purposes, still unclear.
They knew about that first spy balloon the minute it was approaching the Alaska coast. We know that because now they've spotted 2 and told us about it, to your point, right away. And John Kirby did not even announce that they saw that second object that we were talking about yesterday until a reporter asked him. And so you have to ask, why?
Right.
Why did it take a question for Kirby to reveal that information when he should have been saying that the minute he walked up to that podium? And then you have the President of the United States, and I'll leave it here, saying that the spy balloon, despite traversing across our country, going over ICBM sites and overhearing conversations that it could surveil, the President had the audacity to say it wasn't a major breach. Apparently it was, Alicia.
And then we haven't figured out what happened last night with Montana. I know you're an Army guy, but tell me what's going on.
Well, my brother's an Air Force officer, now retired, but this is a breach of our sovereignty. They know they're not supposed to be in our space.
Only one confirmed to be from China.
Well, we've now took out 3 aircraft, and then last night, as you mentioned, in Montana, there was a ping on the radar. Now, we don't know what that ping is. We scrambled our fighter jets. We could not get eyes. We don't know what exactly it was. But, it could have been, how radar is. It could have been anything. But